This is Notapringchick, and this is our wrap-up of Ron Padmore's Red Carpet Gift Suite celebrating the BET Awards. It was held in Silver Lake at the El Tres Inn. Yes, just outside of Los Angeles. Actually, I was speaking with one of the comedians. Which comedian was Chris Frangiola, who's on Chelsea lately, and he said, we're in Silver Lake. It's like just walking into Silver Lake, you feel cool. And of course, he wore his special hat just so, well, so he could be Silver Lake cool. So it was at the El Tres Inn, which actually is a little boutique hotel, which has 3 rooms. Yes, very intimate, very sweet, and it's something really kind of cool. So, at the BET Awards gifting suites, there's one of the things that I've always known about Ron Padmore's gifting suites is there's always musicians involved. And although you don't see tons of stuff here, there was a lot of things going on because, oh actually, I'm going to share this with you. You will not believe all the interviews we had with people. These are some of the interviews coming up. I'm just going to give you like a highlight. One of them was All for One. You're going, who in the world is that? I was thinking One for All? No, they're All for One. They actually beat out Michael Jackson for a Grammy before. I know, can you believe that? And they were actually like Boys to Men. So they were actually going to be over at the BET Awards. And I had a chance to interview them. Also Huey, the rapper Huey, Christine had recognized him, so she ran over there to go talk to him. And that's actually a really, that's really funny one. So you have to catch up that one. And I know, I'm sitting there going line by line. These are the interviews. Brian Lillis and Emerson Cooper. Brian Lillis, he's in a new show called Warrior. He's also one of those young, clean, good-looking guys that's in the Abercrombie and Fitch ads. Yeah, the ones that, I think he's carrying a skateboard and they're thinking that maybe he should be carrying a surfboard instead. But you'll have to check him out. And also he's with Emerson Cooper. And actually this was a funny interview because Emerson was having to leave and Brian was there and I wanted to get both of them. So I introduced both of them and we interviewed them together. I swear I felt like I shrunk because they were both so tall compared to me. It's actually a pretty funny interview. You'll have to see that one. It's one of the more unusual ones. And of course my friend Vincent DePaul was there, who was of course in Hairspray, Angels and Demons, and he's getting ready. He's an actor and model. Actually he had to leave early because he was going to go shoot a new movie. Chris Frangiola, like I mentioned, the comedian was there, who's on Chelsea lately. Oh, I did catch him for a private moment. Yes, in the bathroom, believe it or not. So you have to catch that one. Momo Rodriguez, of course, at the Improv. But Momo, just wait until you hear what he has to say about the gifting suite. Also, James Kyson was there from Heroes. Remember, he is James Kyson. What is it? The name of? He's the guy's sidekick. I'm trying to think of his name. The guy with the glasses that makes time stand still. Anyway, James Kyson was there. He's very gracious. He was only there for a short time, and I wanted to get him so much, except I ended up getting a performance instead, which is going to be part of an interview. But he was very, very nice. Last time I caught him, he was at the Fuel premiere. Freezing like this, but he's always gracious. And he had so many events that he's going to. I mentioned the event, the Fuel premiere. He's looking at me kind of, and I'm thinking, you just go to way too many events. You don't even remember the events that you've been to.
Young actor.
Yeah, and he's trying to get his name out there. Sincerely was there. She's a model, absolutely gorgeous, and yes, her name is Sincerely.
The models all have, well, I remember an import car model that they used to call her Stephanie.
Yep.
So.
And NYCA was there. Yes, NYCA. I know. And it's New York to Cali, which is, I was thinking NYCA, YMCA. No, NYCA is in New York to California, which is there's 4 guys, and 2 are from New York, 2 are from California, 2 from Cali.
I have, that's a problem, all of us are too old behind the cameras. I knew Sammy Davis Jr. and I knew Michael Jackson. I don't know anybody under those ages.
But I caught him on camera for an interview. That actually was a really fun one, plus part of their performance and them clowning around. David Niles, a pianist, self-taught. And actually, I know I have his stuff in here. Oh, where The self-taught pianist really, really, he's actually really good. I asked him, I said, you're playing on a Casio. I said, now, I know that electronic piano has a lot of different attributes, but how is it playing on that versus a baby grand? And he looked at me, he's like, there's no comparison.
Well,
Which there isn't, because the keys feel differently.
yep.
Right? And with electronic ones, you can bring in after beats and all sorts of other things that are going on.
Well, I heard. I actually learned how to play the piano, which is weird. But my piano teacher said the difference between a baby grand and a MIDI is that you can play with yourself. Everybody would always laugh at that piano teacher when she'd tell everybody that. She didn't mean it the way it always did. But that is the difference. You can play, you can have the whole orchestra standing right beside
there, if you have electronic piano. But anyway, it was really nice. I do have a demo CD from him, David Nile. Also because this was for the BET Awards and Gifting Suite, and we always do a lot. They have a lot of musicians here. One of the artists, Delon, D-E-L-O-N, it says 360 degrees of musical revelation. And so this hip-hop recording artist, he's got a direct fan base of 96,928. And so this is, wow. Here, he's on a mission to promote unity and common purpose through the feel-good movement, which is based on a simple yet effective recipe of stitching together the common ground shared by people far too accustomed to building fences instead of bridges, both here and abroad. His debut commercial release single is The Doo-Wop, or Be Mine. And it's a movement about people. Actually, I'm going to really look forward to hearing this. I haven't heard it yet, but I've gotten his, I've got NYCA, I've got David Nile. I got a whole collection of music. I have another one that's not sitting. You know, we've got so many artists that were in this. A lot of times I focus on the companies that were there. We talk about all the different companies, but I think on this wrap-up, I'm going to put some of the different artists that were there. Because there were so many artists that I was able to interview, so you'll get a chance to...
But part of our main problem came at an ungodly, awkward time, didn't it?
Which one?
This whole, the Black Entertainment
Oh.
show came at an unbelievably awkward time because Michael Jackson died right before all of this was supposed to start.
You know, and they totally changed everything. For example, the same day Michael Jackson passed away, Grammy Awards had sent us out an email saying, we're changing over, the Michael Jackson exhibit is going to be a Neil Diamond exhibit. And then they later sent back an email saying, sorry, we're going to have a Michael Jackson exhibit still. So I don't know if they continued the first one that was there, because they had that other one, because it takes some time to set up, or if they set up another one, because the Grammy has, all this footage.
Yeah, but it changed the nature of the gifting suites also, because...
It really did.
Because there was no... The heart went out of everything with the death of Michael Jackson. So generally, you know, when you look at the gifting, there were far more gifting suites originally, but then Michael Jackson died and nobody wanted to go out and have a good time.
Well, even the official BET Awards gifting suite got canceled.
Yep.
And the BET Awards themselves totally changed the format of the show. In fact, my guess is that this year there will probably be more people watching the BET Awards than ever before, just to see what the tribute's going to be. Well,
it even changed the nature of the Ron Patmore's, because he was called, wasn't he called in to do something special?
Yeah, in fact, Kaida and him actually were just called in last night to help Bobby Brown, who's part of the initial production when they're doing the tribute for Michael Jackson. So all of a sudden, it's like Bobby Brown's going to be out there, they're stylizing him. I mean, basically overnight.
Yeah.
So everybody is shifting into high gear. And, you know, I was fortunate to get to talk to the people that I did, because, you know, everybody's just kind of up and, I mean, even the media, as you know, Michael Jackson is everywhere. And actually, I thought about going out on a Michael Jackson tour. All Kev's looking at me. Going to the spots here is Encino.